Recently I was messing around a bit and found this amazing Nürburgring track, and I wondered how fast are GTA cars compared to real life cars? Because GTA cars handle quite differently than real life cars. They are way more grippy, but they also top out at around 200 km/h. So as you can see here, the Emirates is going at 201, 202. Sometimes on a downhill it will get to 220 or something, but not really. But as you can see in this section, it keeps its speed up like 180, 190, 170, even in this section 166, while the actual car has to go down to like 115, for example. But as you can see on this section, it will be caught again by the car, as you know, it will top out to 8, to 10, you know, not really that much, and then the downhill will go up a little bit. Meanwhile, the actual car is going to 50, then has to slow down for the corner a little bit, but still remains faster than the GTA car, and here it's going to 50 to 60, and it's just speeding up. Meanwhile, the GTA car is just going to 20 here for like a second, and then it's slowing down again, and the real life car is approaching almost 300. And at this point you actually see that it overtakes the GTA car. But then again, there is a corner where the GTA car just flies to like 154 minimum speed, while the actual car has to slow down quite a lot more. But then we have this section, the downhill section. The normal car can accelerate up to like, once again, close to 300, while the GTA car, well, it's a downhill, so it goes to 15 to 16 to 20 per second, but then the uphill slows down again. But then this section where the car has to go down to like 100 or like even below 100, this one keeps its speed up 120 and then immediately 130 again, and then it's back up to speed quite a lot faster. Then after this corner combination we have a section where the normal car can gain a little bit more. It is still in front, so it's just enhancing its lead. But then this next section is where it really, you know, is in the favor of the GTA car. The normal car has to slow down a lot, while this car, just the GTA car, just basically stays above 160. And at this point it actually overtook the normal car again, even while it's not taking perfect lines. And also this section, the GTA car can just stay full throttle, just keep on 200, while the normal car has to really reduce its speed to not crash out. The next section, however, you know, the GTA car is going to gain a little bit, because it's like those medium speed corners where the GTA car can basically just stay full throttle most of it, while the normal car has to slow down a lot, you know, it has to go down to like 120-ish, what costs a lot of momentum, where the GTA car can just keep this momentum. But then we have this long section, which is interrupted by like a small corner, but it's once again a medium speed corner, so it's good for the GTA car. It can keep up its speed quite well, but it's also not a very low speed corner, so the normal car can keep up some speed, although quite a lot lower than the GTA car. But then the next section is a very long straight. It's also slightly uphill, which makes for the GTA car to go relatively slow, like it's really struggling to hit 200, while the normal car is still struggling compared to the other sections, because it's uphill of course. But it's still going like 270, and you see at this point it overtook it, because it was going 270 for like a good couple kilometers. Then the next section, the normal car still keeps up its speed. It's just about keeping above 200. If you keep above 200, you're competing or beating the GTA car. But then this next section where the car has to slow down to 100, the GTA car just keeps 150, which is ridiculous. Then we have the famous carousel, where the normal car has to slow down to like 70 or 80, and the GTA car just breezes to at like 128, 130, which gives it a way faster exit as well. But then this next section is a little bit more open, where the normal car can keep its speed above 200, while the GTA car struggles to even hit 190 because it's uphill. That's also a thing, like the normal car struggles less with uphill than the GTA car. The GTA car is massively underpowered, but it's just a grip monster. And in this next section you can see that that grip is going to help it massively. These corners in a normal car you have to slow down, have to watch out for the curbs, etc. In the GTA car you don't have to worry about that. You have so much grip, you don't even have to go over the curbs. You don't have to go over the curbs. As you can see here, keep up basically full throttle and just not even touch the curbs. While in the real car you want to use the curbs to maximize, you know, your speed. But it also means you have to watch out not to hit the curbs too hard, etc. As you can see here, the GTA car can just breeze through with 200, while the other car is still struggling. It's like quite a way back now. And even on the more open sections, it just barely reaches 220, 230 for a second. So it can't really keep up because the GTA car is just flying through 200, 200 in the corners as well. And then this last section here, like it's a straight, so the normal car will go a bit faster, but like the GTA car is so much in front already. It doesn't really impact it as much. And then we have the second, like, I don't know what it's called, mini carousel. Even though we slide through it, could be better, you know. We only go down to 118. Well, as you can see, the normal car now has to go below 100 just to make it. And the GTA car can just drift through that basically and keep up a higher speed. That's how much grip a GTA car has. But then this section is when the GTA car loses. As you can see, the GTA car got onto the final straight like way before, like, you know, almost like 10 seconds or something. But it will top out at 200, you know, like 209 for a second there, but like it's going uphill in a second and it's not helping it. Meanwhile, the real life, you know, McLaren Senna is going to 90, it's creeping up a little bit. It's not reaching its full potential because it is uphill. But as you can see here, it's overtaking the GTA car because it's well going 90 kilometers per hour faster. And this downhill, yeah, it's only going to help the Senna. And as you can see here, it's just taking out such a lead. It's like, what, 15 seconds faster on the straight probably. And although it will be slower to this final section, it has such a huge lead that the GTA car can't keep up. But as you can see, the GTA car is so fast, it almost actually reels it back in, although losing by a couple seconds. However, I saw in the leaderboards on this server that there was a faster car for this specific track, which is the LM87, which benefits from a tiny speed glitch because it bumps into the ground, which means it would, you know, suffer less on the straight, and it's still like an incredibly grippy car. So I wanted to rerun this test because I have a feeling, because of the high top speed of the LM87, it could actually beat the McLaren Senna in real life. As you can see, it still flies through these sections with 200, 187, etc. And this is also because its speed glitch doesn't really get activated unless it's like above 200. So you can actually still take the corners quite normally, and then you see it goes up to 250, which is, well, about 50 kilometers faster than the you know, normal Emirates. And actually sometimes beats the real life car because it takes a bit long to accelerate. But as you can see here on the longer straights, especially when it goes uphill, the normal car still beats it by about 40 or 50 kilometers per hour. But that is quite a difference between the Emirates, and it still goes here, look at it, 170, 180. Also, I must say this lap is a bit more optimized, because the Emirates I did like 2 laps or something. And then after those 2 laps, I was like, okay, let's do the LM87. I did a lot more because I also wanted to beat the record on the server. So there was a little split time behind the well, the on-screen delay. You can't see it now. It's on the left side of the screen. You will see it in the end because I will show you what time I got in the end. But yeah, as you can see, this is a lot less close. The Senna is just going on this straight, and well, the LM87 is already in the next corner section. And as you can see, it's just so fast. Also because I kind of perfected at that point, like how I took the corners. As you can see, I keep up so much speed, 160, 170, and you know, Senna is so far, I can't even say what speed, but I know it's like 100 around there. And as you can see here, these sections, you know, 230, etc. McLaren Senna is going like 200 there maybe. And also the low speed section, it's still amazing in the low speed section. So it's hard for the Senna. The only parts where the Senna can really reel it back in is gonna be this long straight coming up after this little corner section and the final long straight. All the other sections, the LM87 beats it quite alright. Maybe on this section as well, like the Senna will reach like 230, 240, but the LM87 just accelerates really fast, so it will go to like 220, maybe get stuck there at some point if it's like an uphill section. Also on this straight, for example, because it's an uphill section, the glitch didn't really get much. So as you can see, it's struggling to go above 220. Like it hits 220 for a bit and then it slows down again. It's let's see, 210. The Senna already is like on the start of the straight. and it's already going to 60. But while the Senna is starting to accelerate, this is already on the next section of the track. It's now going into the pre-section of the carousel, let's say. Meanwhile, if we look at the Senna, it's just exiting the straight and just going into that section. And now the LM87 is already going into, well, the carousel. Keeping a great speed here, like 120-ish. A little bit slower than the Emirates, but it's because the LM87 is a bit lower, a bit harder to handle. Emirates is also like a beast, like just overall. If you don't have the speed glitch, the Emirates is faster like in normal GTA racing. It's just that we have the speed glitch for the LM87. And now the LM87 is getting into the section where the Emirates before just absolutely destroyed the real-life McLaren Senna. And in this run, the Senna is still on, well, the section before that, where it kept up, like, gained a little bit on it. But at this point, the LM87 is, I don't even know how many corners ahead. Like, it feels like 7 or 8 corners ahead. In a section where it's gonna gain even more time. And the thing is, the LM87 is going to gain more time through this section. Also because I had a better run in this, but also it will keep up more speed on these straights. As you can see, it's flirting more with a 230 range than the Emirates ever did. Even here, like slight downhill, 240. The Senna isn't even gonna reach 240 in most of these sections, and the LM87 is now already out of this section. It's already going towards the final. The Emirates is still sluggishly trying to go around all those corners. Meanwhile, LM87 is going on to the second, like, carousel kind of section. And yeah, there's no way the real-life Senna is going to catch it, especially when it's going to go on a straight and it has, well, a higher speed than the Emirates. A thing about the straight though, it's not as fast because it's uphill, so the uphill doesn't allow it to fully use its speed. The speed glitch kind of works better if it's like a bit uneven or if it's going downhill, but it's still, as you can see, faster than the Emirates. The Emirates was struggling here a little bit. This thing is going 230, 234, 228, those kind of speeds, which is still a lot faster. And it means it's almost at like that first corner, while the actual Senna is just entering the straight. So just see the Senna just straightens out. Now it's on the straight, and the LM87 already went into the corner and is now going into the next braking zone. Well, the Senna would have to brake here. This can brake, well, very late and doesn't even have to reduce much speed. Like I said, final section as well, way faster. And it finishes at an incredible time, and I got the new lap record at 6 minutes and 7 seconds. In the background you can see that I sped up the actual Senna footage because it just took so long for it to finish. But there we have it. A GTA car can beat a real life car.